This is an NYY Sports Talk podcast, presented to you by Baseballism, a premium lifestyle apparel brand inspired by America's pastime. Baseballism is America's brand.
Now batting for the New York Yankees, the shortstop, number 2.
Welcome back. This is episode 119 of the NYYST podcast, presented to you by Baseballism.com. I am your host, Christian, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Chris.
You.
And Stat Guy Rye.
What up?
What's going on, fellas?
Extra happy this
Nothing.
weekend.
I feel good. I'm a little cold, though, with this new AC unit we got up
Oh,
here.
it's chilly and I like it. Still sweating.
I mean, I don't know what Stat Guy Rye problem is.
It feels nice when I'm sitting in one of your...
When it's 90 degrees,
Your nice chairs.
He's normally in a winter coat.
I know.
Today he comes in.
Well, I got
tee.
a breeze. I got the drift that's coming right in my back.
Oh, you got that drip?
He's one of those complaining Yankee fans, even when they win.
Yeah.
How could you be mad about anything?
I spent a whole Saturday with one of them yesterday.
Oh, with me? Oh, here we go. I knew this was.
Was
gonna
it just
be...
you two at the game yesterday?
Yeah, Christian hated me. You know what? I owe you an apology, man.
Oh, here we go.
It was, I will never willingly go to a Yankee game ever again.
So somebody has to kidnap him to take him.
No.
Oh,
If someone buys me
telling
tickets,
me about the
if someone buys me tickets or something,
problems you guys were having.
or if it's a playoff game where it warrants a 3-hour long line to get into the stadium, I'll go. Or 3-hour long lines to get a drink, or traffic at the George Washington Bridge, then I'll go. But the fact that there's a line wrapping around the stadium,
did you have to wait on that line?
No, you had
wouldn't
a VIP
give your
pass.
Yankee experience 5 stars?
I
Absolutely wouldn't, especially because if they won, it all would have been well. But
what?
But if the
can I have my apology though? What's my apology?
My apology to you is that I complained the entire day.
You did?
Because I wanted a good day with you at the stadium.
But
is that so hard to ask for?
But it was just...
It's like I just wanted it to be a good day.
And it would have been if you would have stopped complaining for 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe you just went into it with such a negative,
Can we get this out of the
mindset.
way? Please leave us a 5-star rating and review if you're
5
listening to
stars,
this
5
right
stars.
now.
And
Two
that was
seconds.
my little...
Yeah, leave a 5-star rating and review. And in that rating and review...
Check us out on YouTube.
Please tell Chris that he owes me... What does he owe me? He should...
Money-wise?
No, he should buy me 2 tickets to a game and not go and let me take somebody else.
That's fine. You can do that. But this is what put me over the edge. It's like, it feels like 100 degrees because we got the sun beating down on us.
That's the Yankees' fault?
No.
The weather's finally nice?
No. I just want to sit and watch. And every 5 seconds, someone's getting up.
That's not the Yankees' fault.
No, that's the fans' fault. No one watches the game. Us fans, us true fans, all the fans listening need to get to more games.
The Yankees fans were a lot. I was at the game today also. We're recording Sunday. Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Tampa Rays, which is just astonishing.
Why do you call them that?
What?
The Tampa Rays.
What do you want to call them?
Tampa Bay Rays.
They don't deserve
They don't deserve the Bay?
No, they don't deserve the Bay. Which is just astonishing how this team just keeps rolling along and winning games. But I was also out at the stadium today. The fans were a lot better today.
Oh, they weren't doing the wave.
There was
in a
no
1-1
wave
game in the 7th or 8th.
No
inning?
wave today. No
That
wave
killed
today.
me, man.
I was at the stadium for Game 2 of the doubleheader, and it was 3-1 late in the game, and they're doing the wave. You guys got to stop doing the wave. Honestly,
listen, I hate the wave no matter what. But if it's like a 10-1 game, maybe some JO runs onto the field and there's a little delay, and you want to do the wave and keep yourself occupied, I'll still hate it, but I'll be okay with it. But not in a 1-1 game.
It was in the 7th inning.
With the Yankees at bat.
And I tweeted this during when it was happening, and they didn't get it. It was trying to get going again in the 8th. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, I did.
Here's what my biggest issue with the wave is. If you're going to do something that is annoying and distracting, why are you doing it when the Yankees are batting? Shouldn't you be doing it when the opposing team is up? Should you be like, I don't know, cheering the Yankees to get a couple hits together?
Do you think the Yankees are like, are our fans really doing the wave right now?
And then when a player pulls an Ian Kinsler and curses at the fans after he hits a big home run, y'all are going to be mad at him and say, "Oh, why do you talk to us like that? Bad player."
Kinsler did that?
Yeah, because
that's not like Kinsler.
Yeah. I forget what happened. They didn't show up for it. You know how it is down in San Diego. They don't. Apparently, there's this connotation. I didn't catch the whole story of what exactly set him off. That they either didn't go to a game or they weren't cheering loudly during a game. And he hit a big home run late in the game. And as he was crossing home plate, he goes like this and says,
F you all.
F you all.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that happened recently, huh?
Yeah, it happened during the week.
Wow. Not like him.
And he said that was to pump up his team. But when he goes like this, and for people that are listening and not watching, when he basically points at the whole crowd, everybody, right there.
Whoa, that was...
Yeah, and F you all.
That was pretty intense. Wow.
Yeah, so.
To his own crowd, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, good for him.
So when, I don't know, when Luke Voit pulls that and then y'all get mad at him and say, oh, he's a disrespectful. Well, you know what? You guys are doing the wave in the 7th inning of a 1-1 game against the team that you're battling for first place. So.
Battle won for now.
Battle was won on consecutive weekends now.
4-2 against the Rays, which is pretty nice considering the pitching that we faced.
When the Yankees, we sat here and we said it on this show. I said it on this show that when we were looking ahead and we saw the Yankees were playing 3 in Tampa and then 3 at home, you wanted to split those 6 games. And I thought that was fair to come out with a split of those 6 games. The Yankees won both series.
Yo, this team is 11 games over 500 right now. 11! And they're 5 games in the loss above the Red Sox, who, almost had a really tough weekend, but they came back today. But they're starting to play really well again. Chris Sale's found his shit.
He really didn't pitch that well today.
No, but he's found it. He's not pitching the way he was in the beginning of the year.
You take 5 1/3, 3 runs, and 5 walks out of him. I think they should expect more out of Chris Sale.
They absolutely should, but they won the game, so I guess they'll let it go. Not much you're going to do with a guy that you just signed for $4 billion.
So the Yankees, right now, they sit percentage points ahead of the Rays. They have 1 more win than Tampa. They both have the same number of losses. Boston's sitting 5 games back, and then nobody cares about the Blue Jays or the Orioles. So,
remember when when everyone was freaking out about the Yankees and the Orioles were in first place?
Earlier today, I guess, go down to the West. I just want to see something real quick, Ryan. By 1 percentage point, because they won today, Seattle got themselves out of the basement, and they went from 13-2 to the last place team in the American League West.
I really, first of all, didn't even realize.
In basically a month.
Didn't realize they were 13-2. But let's just say this. No one, at least, no one expected them to be good. They dumped their entire team. You don't expect a team to be good after that.
Yeah, but to fall that far.
That's
I was watching. I just remembered. I was watching like Baseball Tonight or MLB Network a few weeks ago when they were still relevant, the Mariners, and they were doing a power rankings thing, and they like all unanimously agreed that the Mariners were the best team in baseball.
What?
3 weeks ago, they're like, it's got to be the Mariners, right?
They're
13-2. They're hitting the ball with power.
Thing. I said this to you the other day, right? The Astros are on a different planet right now.
Yeah,
they are a very, very good baseball team, and I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I am,
dude. They're so good.
Because who's their pitching?
Garrett Cole.
Who's their starting pitching? Verlander.
Yeah.
Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Wow.
Who else?
Colin McHugh's probably getting some starts, but
our boy McCullers is out for the year, right?
He's your boy. If I can bring this up here.
The Astros are a scary team.
Yeah, and they don't have Dallas Keuchel anymore.
What's their pitching staff?
Wade Miley.
But he's actually probably pitching.
Peacock.
They're both pitching well for them, though.
Old? Is that say Charlie Morton or is that
that's
C. Martin?
C. Martin. If you click their name, will they give you their stats?
Yeah.
So
Who you want?
yeah, I want to see Wade Miley. I think it's pitching
But you know who they remind me of? They remind me of the Red Sox of last year, where they are just really relying on.
Hey, look at that. He's pitching to a 3.51 ERA, so that's respectable. And what is Peacock doing?
Peacock? Was Peacock in there?
Yeah.
Peacock.
And Peacock's pitching to basically a 4 flat, which is
Really?
with their offense. I mean,
Brad Peacock's 65 years old, dude. Look at this guy. He's old looking.
He's got a lot of wrinkles in his face.
Was Peacock the one who got suspended
For what?
for steroids?
Nah, not that I know of. Corbin Martin, who he's made 2
only,
starts, he's come up for them, and he's pitched relatively well. So.
Who was the guy who got suspended for steroids for the Astros a couple years ago?
I don't know. Maybe Ryan can look that up.
Look it up. How's Verlander doing?
Doing Verlander things.
7-1 with a 2.38 ERA.
So ESPN released their power rankings today, before the game today. You just want to go over them real quick?
Yes. Martez, by the way.
Yeah, it's Martez.
At numbers, we'll do it from here because it's at the point of relevancy here. At number 7, they had the Boston Red Sox. At number 6, now keep in mind this was before games today. At number 6, they had the New York Yankees. At number 5, the Tampa Rays. Cubbies wind up at 4. Twins at 3. Dodgers 2. Astros number 1.
The Astros being 1 is fine. I agree with that. But the Yankees 6?
Flip the Twins with the Yankees. The Twins aren't. I don't care how good they've been the first month and a half, 2 months of the season. The Twins aren't.
I mean,
the
they're
third
still
best team in
winning.
baseball.
They're still winning.
But it's so early. They have the chance to be, but you can't consider them the third best team.
How, if you're doing power rankings, how could you rank the Yankees and Red Sox right next to each other? Haven't the Yankees been a far better team
Don't we
this year?
deserve a little bit more space between the Red Sox right now?
And shouldn't they be? And I think maybe if the Yankees had won yesterday, maybe they would have jumped the Rays. But I kind of felt like the Yankees should have even been ahead of the Rays at that point.
Cubs really.
That was
turned
kind of a shitty game yesterday.
And look, the Dodgers. I mean, they're having another great year. And they're 31-17 right now.
Yeah, they must have the most runs scored. They've been scoring so many runs. I think they do.
You know what's the most impressive for me of the Rays right now? First of all, look at the Astros run differential. 9+ 92. But look at the Rays.
Minnesota plus 74.
Go up to the Rays. Plus 54.
They have a better run differential than the Yankees
That's pretty
do.
good.
And that was we're losing by 8 runs today.
I mean, it's almost more
By far
difficult.
the least amount of runs.
It's almost
allowed,
more
too.
difficult to do a show
Look at that.
when the Yankees are just rolling. What can we say about this team? Aaron Hicks really made up for himself today for his blunders yesterday because, in my opinion, Aaron Hicks is the reason why they lost that game.
Yeah,
First of all, he ran through
that
a stop sign, but that's not even what I'm mad about. You want to be aggressive and put your head down and run, fine. But let's be smart, right? First of all, the throw was all the way to, if you're on third base, it was all the way to the right of the bag, which tells you to slide left. If Aaron Hicks slid properly to the left of home plate and got his right hand in, he's safe. Because Eric Kratz actually made a really nice play on him, a really nice tag. But if he slides properly, he's safe by a mile because Kratz barely tagged him. That's how bad that throw was.
He would have been safe even if he just extended his leg out. He kind of tucked it in.
We were sitting along the third baseline, so we had a good view of him rounding the bases. I thought he took such a terrible route.
And
It
that
was a line drive, man. That ball got to Meadows quick.
When you're out as long as Hicks is, I'm sure that when you're rehabbing and getting ready, the last thing on your mind is how to properly run bases. Can you agree to that? Like, for Hicks to feel ready to come back, he's got to be seeing the ball well.
He didn't cut the corner well.
He didn't. I mean, that's one thing that you don't even think about, but this guy...
Actually, I think just the way he was rounding to go to third, too, was off a little bit. And that,
if he
wasn't a ball that he should have
If he was running properly, he probably doesn't miss the stop sign. And the way he rounded the bag, you didn't even think he was going to go home. And he looked slow, but he made up for it today.
He's a bum.
Yeah, bum who tied the game 5-5.
Yeah, that was a bomb.
Was it him that tied it?
Yeah, that was his.
Or was it Gardy that tied it at 5-5?
No, Gardy gave him a 3-2 lead after.
Right.
Chad Green gave up back-to-back home runs in the second there.
Saw Greeny with the quick hook today. I was a little surprised about that.
How was that a quick hook? He was only going 2 innings.
Yeah, but you know what? I was ripping Cortez. I was ripping his life apart. But you know what? He actually did pretty well today. He kept him at 5. And the Yankees finally just exploded.
You know what? When Brandon Lau hits that 3-run home run and the Yankees go down 5-3, you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is going to be a long day.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a long day. It just happened that the Yankees...
What was the energy like after that at the stadium?
What, after Lau hit the home run?
Yeah.
It quieted down because people, I guess, people had that same similar feeling. The place was hot to start. They were behind Chad Green. They were behind, the Yankees got a quick run. Even after Green gave up the 2 home runs, Gardy came back with a home run to give him the lead back, and that kind of sucked the air out of the building. But, credit Hicks, man. And I said this on Twitter today. Everybody's got that one guy that's on your favorite team that you root for, that you just, not that even if you don't like him,
you don't fully take to.
You just can't get behind him. And Hicks is that guy for me.
I have to say I agree wholeheartedly with that.
And it's not, I don't root against him. I want Hicks to hit a ball 400 feet
but
every time.
When he was rolling last year, it was a lot easier. I mean, I felt like I was actually a Hicks fan last year, but I'm so quick to just jump down his throat when he's not playing.
I've been in a stadium where fans have openly rooted for Giancarlo Stanton to strike out, which is ridiculous. But
it happens all the time. I see it all the time.
I don't root for Aaron Hicks to make an out or take a bad route to a ball in center field. I want him to hit a home run every time he comes up.
You don't want him to get thrown out.
You know what really ruined my day yesterday? The guys behind us. I couldn't stand them.
I don't remember.
You told him to shut up.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. He was screaming it. He's
Wait,
obnoxious.
what were they saying?
They were just annoying. They thought they knew
Yankee
everything
fans?
about the game. Probably. Yeah, they were Yankee
What were they
fans.
screaming?
I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but they just wouldn't shut up the whole day.
They were just fans that thought they knew everything. It was like one guy was with his friend, and the one guy
that light's gonna flicker again. We're gonna have a trop situation here.
It was like the one guy knew a little bit more baseball than the friend, so he acted like he knew everything.
Yeah.
And then just
we all have that one friend.
Well, I definitely know more than both of you.
Like
in my pinky, I have more baseball knowledge than the both of you combined.
That's what people
that don't know shit say all the time.
And then the drunker he got, the more obnoxious he became.
The Mo drunk.
And then he was calling one of the pitchers on the Rays. He's going, you wicked suck. What are you, a chowder head?
Oh, yeah, he kept,
going,
he kept saying that.
Up,
yeah, he
dude.
kept saying that Blake Snell sucked.
Yeah. Oh, yes. He's going, Cy Young sucks. I'm like, yeah, he sucks, bro. He's giving up 0 runs right now, other than a wild pitch. Idiot.
And today, you thinking that, when you do a podcast like this, you try to formulate storylines so you have stuff to talk about. So I'm sitting there after the game yesterday while, Chris is like a mile from E and we're stuck on the Harlem River Drive.
Oh, yeah. We almost ran out of gas.
And I don't want to listen to him complain anymore. So I'm just trying to think of things to talk about on the show tomorrow. And I'm saying to myself, because what was the final score on Friday night? It was 4-3.
Yeah,
and they scored 1 run through the first 8 innings, right? They scored 1 run yesterday, which was on a wild pitch, and you're trying to say to yourself, yeah, you know what? This team, even though they're winning, they need to get the regulars back. And what did they do today? They friggin' scored 13 runs.
I thought about that. That the offense was looking a little tight, but what the hell was they just? Urshela, man.
Show me Frazier's stat line, because then I can put the stats together.
First of all, we were at the game yesterday, so it was tough to to know, but how many? Do you know,
What did
Ryan?
his box score today? What did he do today?
Do you know how many pitches Gio Urshela fouled off the other day?
10.
Yesterday.
He found off 2 off his balls.
So
today.
Ryan,
Dude,
man,
that was really.
I felt so bad.
So right now, Clint Frazier, who got dropped to 9th today, is now in a 6-for-40 slump since he came off the injured list.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
So is this something that we're looking at now that he's not fully back?
I think it's more mental than anything else. I think he gets in his own head, but I think he'll come out of it.
Those injuries linger, man. The ankle injuries.
Yeah,
like that.
but he seems fine. He's running the
He
bases.
struck
fine.
out 3 times today, but he did have a big walk in that inning, right? That was the 6th inning when he had that big walk.
Morales has been really good.
Yeah, he's had a hit in every game so far he's played.
But Gio Urshela, man, he fouls off 25 pitches, it felt like. Ryan said we couldn't see it, but the pitcher, who was pitching at the time?
Alvarado. Was this on Friday night?
This was when we were there.
Oh, who?
When Gio was fouling off all those
I
pitches.
think it was Alvarado again. I think they went.
Yeah,
back
he
to
was. It was.
When he almost hit the walk-off?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was Alvarado.
It was. You're right. And he was getting frustrated. Gio Urshela puts together this monster at bat where he
Chris almost had to eat garbage yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, that was one of your bets. I should have killed him twice when we were watching the game.
I bet
the
my
other night.
life
He bet
twice.
his life. 2 separate.
Because I made him agree that if Urshela hit a walk-off in the 9th inning, he had to eat out of the garbage can.
I would have done it.
Yeah, I would have done it too.
I would have done it. And then he hits a bomb
I thought that
to
was
right
gone
center.
on television.
And it was either didn't hang up enough for a home run or it just didn't get down enough for at least a double. But this guy's just phenomenal, man. He had another, 3 hits yesterday? When is he going to cool off? Because it's got to happen. Like, even the greatest players in baseball don't stay this hot.
Well, he nutted himself today, so that might slow him
That was
down
pretty
a little
bad,
bit.
man. I actually felt the pain.
Do baseball players not wear cups anymore?
Bro, watch where that ball bounced.
It might have went underneath.
Okay.
Under
Where you would
And it
have
doesn't
that.
matter. You ever get hitting the gems and the jewels when you're wearing a cup? Still hurts.
it does,
It
but it
helps.
just seems like
It helps.
guys
It
don't
looked
wear
like
them
it
anymore.
might have gotten an area
Maybe we should do cup check before the
You want
game.
to do cup
that
checks?
went around the cup
Want to do cup checks?
I will honestly.
Why don't we do this?
into his ball.
We'll take
O'Neal's.
a day where we all wear a cup, and I'll just line ground balls at you both.
All right, we'll do a test,
Honestly,
and it'll be like a MythBusters episode.
Right.
when I was
Does
in
the
high
cup
school,
work?
a couple of us decided that maybe hitting the balls was better than wearing a cup because you knew how that was just
Cups are so annoying. I
Well,
never wore
football
them.
players don't wear them, apparently.
If you're a catcher, you have to wear one. You're just dumb if you don't.
Yeah, that's just.
But most Major League Baseball players do wear them.
I find that hard to believe.
No, yeah,
I
I
wouldn't wear them. They would slow me down a little.
Bro,
I'll take.
You
one-
have to.
one
Boone
and go,
didn't.
man.
I was listening
If
to
I'm
the
a
post
catcher,
game,
I would, though.
and Boone was just saying like he was having.
stellar.
Boone was just like, oh, he was having trouble running today, so we had to pull him. Just like why you can't just say what happened. Like we all saw it
He said
about
that.
Urshela. Like we saw it.
And him and Donahue are joking with him when he's like keeled over. They're trying to make him laugh a little.
Because what do you do in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, and you got 40,000 plus fans just sitting there going, "Oh my god, I think he got hit in the balls."
And I tweeted this during the game when it happened. This is what happened with Thairo Estrada is the epitome of the 2019 New York Yankees. That Urshela, who is an injury replacement himself, has to be taken out of the game because, he found the ball off his balls, right? Say what happened. Everybody's afraid to say it.
His balls.
His balls.
His balls got hit. All right?
And what happens? Estrada comes in with the big hit of the game where basically it blows the game wide open.
Yeah, that ended it.
We have to say something also. And I know Gio Urshela getting hit in the balls and putting Estrada in is just kind of what had to happen. But how good has Aaron Boone been? We talked about it on the way to the game yesterday. How good has this guy been?
Football.
Seriously.
Been really, really
And I think
good.
the fans, like you said, are really starting to come around. But I don't think he's getting enough credit for
He never
how
will.
great he's been this year.
Well, he got ripped a little bit yesterday because he went to Sessa in the 11th and not Ottavino. But I
was
don't
so happy
think
that they finally used Sessa the right way.
But
He's using-
I honestly don't think he wanted to use Ottavino for a full inning yesterday because he had him warming up when Canely was in the game. I think he wanted to use Ottavino to get out of an inning, not pitch a full inning.
And he pretty much said that. And Boone's logic behind going to Sessa was a little bit confusing, but if you really think about it, we know the Yankees go into every game with a game plan, right? Every team has to, and they go in depth with it, where once they hit a certain point, he said the game turned over for them at that point. Sessa was their guy to go 3-4 innings if he had to. They were gonna die with Sessa on the mound at that point. And that's what happened, and that's okay. If that was the game plan to go to Sessa there for a few innings, that's your game plan. Because you knew that they were going with an opener at that point, and you knew they were going to be dipping into this bullpen.
The last time the Yankees used an opener, which I was at the stadium,
500 feet.
Literally, the game pretty much played out exactly the same way. We were there with our wives, and it was a 95-degree day.
It was the greatest home run I've ever seen live.
Chad Green started the game. He didn't pitch that well. And then you were thinking this is going to be one of those games where the Yankees, just because they used an opener and they're going to get blown out. What happened? This is pretty much the same exact thing happened where the Yankees hung around long enough for their offense to wake up, and they blew out the other team. It was against the Orioles. Right? The only thing missing today was an Aaron Judge 500-foot home run, but Hicks demolished one. And then LeMahieu caught a hanger in the 7th. I believe.
You know what the best part of that day was?
I think it was later.
You didn't complain.
I spent $50 that game
You
2
didn't
years ago.
complain once.
You know what it was on? A broken fan squirty thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when did you buy that?
It was like people, they were like, all right, we're going to sell these plastic bottles with the fans. How much are we going to sell them for? $3? No.
They're like $25.
$25. Are they going to work?
When did you buy this?
2 years ago. It was the worst.
That was the last time Green started a game.
Yeah.
That was when you were there.
They used an opener last year in Tampa. Was that
Holder,
Green?
I think.
That was Holder?
We were at the, I actually brought that up today.
What?
That game. That the last time Green, or the last time, I think that was the last time Green started, we were at the game and Judge hit that home run. I will never forget that home run, man. I've never been in awe at a baseball game before.
It was Jonathan Holder.
I've been to some crazy games. We were there when the Yankees
And if
won
I'm
the
not
pennant
mistaken,
in
can
09.
you find the box score for that game? Because if I'm not mistaken, the Yankees blew the Rays out in that game as well.
But I've never just been speechless after something I watched at a Yankee game like I was when Judge hit that 500-foot home
September
run.
25th to 26th.
Why do you remember that?
I just saw the date on the article, and I knew so it's got to be the 25th or the 26th that he did it. Oh, but I know more baseball in my pinky than you do.
I'm not good with the dates and the stats.
That's baseball, dude.
No, it's not. No, it's not. 9-2.
But was that the opener game?
We'll find out.
No, Sevy pitched that game.
So then it was the...
That'd be maybe the 26th. What's that one? The 12-1 game right there. No, CC. Oh, that was. So maybe they lost that game. Yeah, that was a game that they. No, Tanaka. What the hell are we looking at then?
CC tried to hit what's his face.
Austin Meadows.
You like Austin Meadows? Ryan said he's a punk.
He's a great player.
He is.
You guys didn't... You would have gotten the same vibe from him if you were watching the game you two were at. He just had this smugness when he's rounding the bases.
I don't like him because
Did he
he's
hit a
good.
home run in that game? Yeah, right? That you were at?
Yeah.
He just had this
He hit the home
smugness.
run that won the game.
When did
to,
they pitch the opener then?
I don't know. I'll find it. Was it
Oh
this
no
game?
no! Sonny Gray got the win. This is the
Yeah, I
opener
was
game.
gonna say, was
Ugh.
it this one?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, were you guys at, was this the game you went to with the good seats?
No, this was in
No, this
Tampa.
was Tampa. So no.
So no,
Probably not.
there's no good seats.
Let me see that. They went Holder, Tarpley, Dumbass, Green, Robertson, Chapman, Betances, and Britton. Why did they go that way?
It's a quartet out there.
Was Aroldis Chapman working his way back from an injury?
Or was it extra innings?
No, it doesn't seem that way. Britton got the save there.
I think he was coming back from
Who
injury.
the hell knows? Who cares? Who cares about that game? Anyway, I'm a little surprised with the game being 13-5 that we didn't see a little fireworks today because Voit got hit last Saturday. The Yankees really didn't do anything about it, even though. And did I mention it to you at the game yesterday that when CeCe threw those 2 fastballs in,
he said he tried to hit him.
but you were thinking in your head the first one he definitely looked like he tried to hit him. Threw us a breaking ball away, and then he came back in with a fastball. And I think both of those pitches reached 92, which means he had a little intent on it, and he didn't hit him either time. And then there was a GIF going around Twitter that you could read CeCe's lips, and it said, "I tried to hit his ass."
He should have.
And then today,
2 guys got hit today.
Who's the other guy that got hit?
I think 2 guys got hit.
Well, Gio got hit.
Gio hit
in the
himself.
nads.
No, 2 guys got hit on the
it's-
Rays end.
I only saw one.
Maybe
Did
I'm
someone
wrong.
take one off the head?
Yeah, that's when because that's when I thought things were going to get out of control because you knew it definitely was not
It
on
slipped
purpose.
out of his hand.
But Green just gave up 2 home runs and beamed the guy in the head, and there was the lingering issues from last week, and then CeCe saying he wanted to hit Meadows. You thought things were going to get out of control a little bit, and then if the game got out of hand, it did, but nothing.
Yeah, but you know what, too?
Because
When a rivalry is forming the way it has,
Chance Adams is soft.
and guys get hit, even if it's not intentional, it warrants
Yeah, look at
a little
Stanton's,
payback.
Look at Stanton's reaction with Fires. I mean, that wasn't intentional.
How
but he
good?
broke
I've
his
been saying
jaw.
this all weekend. How good do these 2 teams match up against each other right now?
I like watching them play.
They're very entertaining games. I mean, even before the Yankees blew it open, another great game today. They've just played
good
each other.
energy.
They just play each other very well.
Yankees but the Yankees, even as they're constructed now, they have an edge, and I think they have a significant edge because I think they can go deeper into their bullpen,
Yes.
and they have more guys in that lineup that.
I gotta say too, I'm just so sick of Ryan Stanek.
Ryan.
I'm
Worse.
so sick of him. I'm sick of seeing him in every game.
He pitched scared today.
I'm sick of him.
I think this series has scared a lot of the Rays, and it kind of opened up their eyes that maybe they aren't the group that they thought they were.
No, they're going to be there till the end, and I really
But I think that this puts a little
Why
bit
though?
in the back
Because
of
of
their
their pitching.
minds.
I think
their pitching
they're-
is very good.
I think they're still a really good team. I don't think they're better than the Yankees, and I think these
Puts a little doubt in there.
I think these 2 weekends have proven it, but I still think that if you look at the
Very
landscape
good
of the
team
American
still.
League, they're one of the
Yes,
top 5 teams in
Definitely.
the American League.
In the American League, yes.
You can't say that they're not.
But this series, especially that first game when the Yankees came back in the ninth.
Oh, the Yankee. First of all, if I'm Kevin Cash in the 11th inning and Luke Voit leads off with a single, I'm crapping my pants after what happened Friday night.
You gotta love that he went back to Alvarado the next night, though, right?
You gotta trust
Isn't
your
that
guy.
kind of awesome? Like,
But you
got
gotta
to
trust your guys.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
to.
That's showing his trust.
Can we just talk about this for a second?
I don't know what
What's that?
what it is. So
The Mets.
Here's the Yankees up until the Red Sox series on May 30th.
we talked about this on Thursday. So you just add 2 wins and a loss to
Ready?
May 30th.
Up until they play the Red Sox.
You're looking at the future.
Yes.
Yeah,
They got the Orioles 4 times,
Then the Rays.
Then the Royals.
I mean,
and then the Padres. That's a lot of
Padres ever
wins.
turned it around?
No.
I mean, turned it down.
They're
They were
a
doing
game
well.
under
Yeah,
500.
They got swept this weekend. Whoever they played against.
We are
Didn't
playing.
someone else get swept this weekend by a
We are
10-win
playing a team with 15 wins 4 times in the Orioles. Then we play a team with 16 wins 3 times against the Royals. And the Padres actually end up being the best team we face up until the Red Sox again.
and they're road tripping this week. So, and two places they usually play pretty well in too. So that could work out.
So we have
They
10
play well.
games before we see the Red Sox at the end of the month into the beginning of June. What does their record have to be? How many in those 10 games? How many wins do we need to see?
1, maybe 2.
Oh, Bart Scott's doing the predictions. Honestly, I think this team could go 7-3
I'd like a 7-3 over these next 10.
Yeah, you gotta be 7-3 over these next 10
minimum.
I never predict sweeps. It's hard to say that
Yeah.
you can sweep a team, especially when you're on the road. But you should not lose any of these series.
No.
Who are they playing 4 times? Is it the Orioles or the Orioles are playing 4?
I think
4.
it's the Orioles.
The Orioles.
Yes. Orioles for 4, Royals for 3, Padres for 3. And the Sox.
And leading up to that, the Red Sox have series against the Blue Jays, which, could go either way.
Yeah.
Then the Astros again in Houston,
So they're done with the Astros.
and then
now.
the Indians.
That's a tough.
So
yeah.
really,
This is a big stretch then.
going into that series against the Red Sox, the Yankees can make up some significant ground and really start putting the Red Sox
Yeah. Why not?
a decent amount of games behind.
It'll be June.
They're already
It'll be
5
June
out
by
of the
then,
loss column.
right? It'll be June. It's the last.
It'll be the final game of that
May
series
30th
will
to
be
the
into
second.
Is it a
June.
4-game set?
I'll
It
look
looks
over
that
there.
way.
Click over to the next page.
Yeah, it has to be. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, 4-gamer.
Do you like that they're doing Sunday Night Baseball at 7 instead of 8 this year?
No, stupid.
Everything is
I hate everything that has to
gets
change.
changed is stupid to you.
Yeah,
Everything
man.
that
Do you
gets
just,
changed is dumb.
Think before you maybe think. Why is it stupid to you? On a
Because
Sunday night.
Sunday night was late game into midnight. It was just the thing, man.
Yeah, but now the game might get over by 10:30.
I don't like that. I don't.
Good thing that networks
I like
don't make
later
decisions
games, too.
for you.
I would like 9 o'clock
But
game.
yeah, as
I
far
think
as-
they should
as
change
far
it
as
to 9.
prime
So an
time.
East Coast game should start at 9 o'clock.
9.
As far as prime time goes, you gotta end the game by 10:30, 11. I mean, it's Sunday night baseball.
What if it's on the West Coast? So now Sunday night on the West Coast is 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
We'll think of football.
That's
I mean,
not
think of
fair.
Football every night.
Yeah, if you're a Raiders fan and
5
they're
o'clock.
playing the Jets,
Yeah,
you're
10
watching
a.m.
that game at 10 a.m.
I don't care.
All right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
They're a joke.
If that means more people will watch this sport, then I'm all for it.
It's not going to mean it. It's not.
Well, obviously, that's
They're not
kind
doing
of the plan,
it.
so
That's not part of the plan,
That
though.
is part of the plan.
That is part of the plan.
That's
No, it's
the
not.
part of the plan.
Okay. When does Sunday Night Football start?
NFL's different.
When does Sunday Night Football start? What time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8:30.
How many people
8:30.
watch that? 400 billion
Does the
people?
NFL
time
have
sport,
problems with
Chris.
their ratings?
Yeah.
All
Chris,
I'm
come on,
saying
dude.
is that's not going to make people watch the games. I'm right. That's
No.
not part of it.
I'm not saying you're right at all.
I forgot that, Okay.
I'll
Anyway,
always stop
moving
talking
on.
when you're going to do that.
Yeah,
Just move on. But you can't compare two sports of that.
You compared it.
No, you did.
you're the one
You
that
said
brought up
this-
the NFL.
But you
I
said
brought up
this is for people to
viewership.
watch?
Yes, for baseball, yes.
Oh my
You could play
God.
football at midnight and people are going to watch.
Guys, I wasn't going to watch Sunday Night Football. I mean, baseball. But it's starting at 7 and not 8. So you know what? They got me. Let's turn it on. No, that doesn't happen. Just put yourself in the shoes of someone who doesn't really care for baseball.
Hey, dummy.
You're going to watch it because it's on an hour earlier?
Well, I might
Can I-
catch the end of it.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think they did this without thinking about it? Do you think there was no research done in making
I
the
have
change?
zero respect for the commissioner of baseball. So, yeah, I'm going to say yes. You say no thought was put behind it.
Zero.
I will say though, ESPN they should be ashamed of themselves of the broadcast that they've been producing. this
It's a
offseason.
variety show more
Did
than it
you
is a
see the
baseball
lottery
game.
pick broadcast they had, man? It was the most awkward. They were talking live, but the players.
Poor Zion Williamson.
Yeah, poor Zion. They were talking about Zion. He could hear everything they're saying, but they're talking to the audience listening on television. It was just such a weird.
Yeah, and then when the Knicks got the third pick, they ran him out of the room because.
If anything, the 7:00 start plays to the baseball fan, not to the non-baseball fan. They want the games to be over earlier. They don't want the games to be going till midnight because it's supposed to be a good game, right? So they want people to watch all the way through.
Anyway, what's more important is what I wanted to bring up before. You brought up the schedule, which, traditionally is what we do at the end of the show. But, we'll let you have that.
Thanks.
Something that I took away from today's game is Chance Adams. And not that he pitched decently, but that he did not come into the game until it was a blowout. He's been up here. He got sent down after the game today because he's basically useless now that he pitched 3 innings, so there's no real need for him to be on the roster. But the Yankees were short a starter, so they could have started Sessa, but they decided they were going to use Sessa yesterday in the extra inning game. Okay, so they decided they were going to go opener. Fine. What does this say about Chance Adams that Nestor Cortez Jr.? Okay, Nestor Cortez Jr.
His name is Nestor.
Nestor Cortez Jr. was I used the word follower. He was the follower of the opener. Okay. What does this say about Chance Adams? That not only that he was not in consideration to start the game, but he wasn't even in consideration to be the follower.
The worst part is that he's a junior. That someone named his father Nestor, and then they were like, you know what? We're gonna carry this name to our son. That's the worst part.
Hey,
you're right.
Chance Adams got the save though.
Because why?
Because he pitched 3 innings.
Because the Yankees don't have any plans for Chance Adams. They don't want him to pitch in big spots. They don't. They don't want to expose him.
Look,
they want to get rid of him.
That first of all, it's different between him and Justice Sheffield, where I agreed with this scenario with Justice Sheffield, but the book is out on Chance Adams. His name's been around big league circles long enough now. You're not going to hide him.
But
clubs know what he is.
Yes, his name has been out there, but he has not been exposed really to Major League Baseball. When he did pitch against the Red Sox last year, he was actually pretty decent. And today he came in and he was pretty decent.
The game was over.
Doesn't matter. Exactly. That's what the Yankees wanted. Because at that point, you can say,
they used him as a spot
starter. It was over, but he was pretty good.
Here's what I'm going to
Or it was over and he got blown out. And pitchers are a little different when the game's 13-5 and blah, blah, blah.
Here's where I'm going to debunk your theory here. If they didn't want to expose him, they would have never used him as a spot starter last year in Fenway Park when the Yankees were falling apart and the Red Sox were red hot. They would have never done that.
They had to.
They had to do it. They could have. They needed to do it today too. No, they got away with it, but they got away with it today. There's a difference. They got away with it today.
Well, they were willing to take that risk this early in the year.
And then if they would have lost today, the famous Twitter vernacular, one day I'm going to come up with a whole list of stupid things people say on Twitter that annoy me. And one of them is the Yankees punt games. And if they would have lost today, that's all you would have heard is that they punted the game today because not only did they go with the opener, but they went with Nestor Cortez Jr. to follow the opener.
I literally ripped this guy's life apart today.
You owe him an apology.
I do.
Yeah,
I think. And hey, I apologize. No, I did already. I said
say it on the show.
I apologize, Hey, Nestor.
Not his father.
Come here, Nestor Jr.
Look, man, when you're Nestor Cortez, when you're a Yankee fan sitting in that ballpark today or watching at home on TV, and Nestor Cortez Jr. comes in the game and he allows 3 runs over 4 innings, you're happy. That's better than you could have ever dreamed.
Dreamed. Both are acceptable.
Yeah, we had to teach you that too.
No, I had to teach you that.
I don't think so. Okay. And I saw somebody tweet this earlier, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but Ottavino in Italian translates to Robertson.
Does it really?
So it was a joke.
No, it was a joke.
I don't get the joke.
Do you ever watch Adam Ottavino pitch?
Yes.
Doesn't he ever always put his life on the line when he pitches?
You know what?
And then he gets out of it?
You know what?
Doesn't that remind you of somebody?
Not in the beginning of the year. Not before he was used 4 million innings in a row.
What did he do today?
Today?
Walk the bases loaded, goes 3-2
I
on
just said
Meadows.
not in the beginning of the year.
It doesn't matter, okay?
I think Ottavino has lost a lot of life on his stuff. I think he's having trouble finding the plate. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he has been overused early in the season. I don't blame anyone for it because this bullpen has been hurt. There's been guys not performing, especially in the beginning of the year.
6 innings.
And he's lost a lot of the plate. He's lost a lot of his command, and his command is everything.
13 walks in his
Because
last 15
his shit
and a third.
moves so much that if he
17
can't find the
walks.
plate, he's all over the place.
He had this issue in
Wow.
Colorado where his stuff moves so much.
I wouldn't swing the bat against
I mean,
him.
his fastball coming in at 98 drops off the plate.
He probably is
go
that-
I've
up
never
to-
seen
go up
anyone
to
with that
20
kind of
Right,
stuff.
go up to 2018.
I was there. Oh, no. Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How many walks did he have last year?
Hold on, I'm trying to get it so it lines up nicely. I bet you he's
Yeah.
given up twice the amount of walks than hits
He had
this year.
36 walks in 77 innings, which is not great.
How many?
It's 30, he averages a walk every other inning, which is not good for a reliever.
He's
No.
given up 17 walks and 11 hits this year in 22 and a third.
Yeah, so this year it's even worse because he's almost averaging a walk an inning.
All right, you guys fill some airtime because I'm going to look something up.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to talk about clocks today.
So Ryan wants to desperately wrap up this show because the Game of Thrones finale.
It's it. This is it. I'm really nervous about it because I kind of read something that might happen, like the storyline for tonight, and it doesn't sound good, guys.
Well, we're already an hour and a half into Money in the Bank, and I kind of wanted to watch the show tonight. So hopefully I didn't miss the men's ladder match. I caught the end of the women's ladder match as Chris was doing whatever the hell it is he was doing downstairs. So
Yeah, and those
Okay.
run late, huh?
what?
Those things go on.
Well, this one's will probably only be 4.5 hours as opposed to WrestleMania when it was like 3 days long.
That's pretty sweet, though. Did you find what you're looking for over there?
Yep.
Are you going to tell
Whenever
us
you're
about
ready.
it?
Through his first 6 outings, he went 7 innings with 4 walks. Still not good. Still not that good. Okay? Now,
Since then, he's gone like, what, 15 innings?
You should be averaging about 2
Through his
walks
next
per
6
9.
15 and
outings.
10?
through his next 6 outings, 7 1/3, 7 walks.
Which is bad.
Terrible.
Terrible. Terrible.
That's just terrible.
And then from May 13th to now the 20th, so it's not up to date, 7 2/3 with 5 walks.
Did you
So
add
he's
in
gotten a
what he did
little
today?
better. No, and what was today?
He pitched a third of an inning.
Third of an inning, so
One-
7 2/3, and how many walks did he have
He
today?
had 1 walk today.
So he's at 6. So he
7
had
2/3 and he's
6 walks.
Yeah, that's awful.
So to my point, in the beginning of the year, even though 4 walks over 7 innings isn't great, he has lost command of his stuff. And he's thrown a lot of innings. He really has. He's thrown like 22 innings.
He's basically coming in every other game.
Right. Which is another reason I'm sure that
He's
if
borderline.
Booney could have gotten away with not pitching him yesterday, they didn't want to.
He's verging on Scott Proctor territory here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we toss it to the sponsor, okay?
Uh-huh.
Let's do that.
All right, we'll talk to our sponsor here, baseballism.com. Use NYYST15 for 15% off your order. Anything else you want to add to that? I got to find my Baseballism dog collar. Don't know where it is. I think Jack hid it somewhere. You want me to get you one?
No, I don't.
When's your dog's birthday?
It's not.
You don't even know. You don't love your dog.
It's in
Ticket to
January.
baseballism.com. Again, NYYST.
I don't love my dog. He left his out on the curb yesterday.
And we'll be back after this.
ASPCA.
Within a game, a bond is made. He teaches his boy a game he played. 2 gloves, 1 ball, a day at the park, and the 2 play catch until it gets dark. And his boy does better than he thought he would, so the 2 played catch as long as they could. The boy and his friends, they play in the streets, tennis shoes and cans, no bases, no cleats. They hit home runs and they turn double plays, 1 great catch, and he's Willie Mays. But the sun starts to set in the old neighborhood, and they played in the streets as long as they could. The boy goes to school and plays for his team. He develops his craft and follows his dream. He has moments of glory, he has moments of shame, but they shape his life and they make his name. But he begins to get old, and it's understood. The boy played the game as long as he could. The boy, now a man, he has a son of his own, and he teaches his son a game he was shown. His son's first game, he sits in the stands. He yells out instruction, but it's not in his hands. And being late for the meeting was not in the plans, but a cheer for his son as long as he can. This is America's brand. This is baseballism. Do you believe in baseball?
All right, we're back here on episode 119 of the NYYST podcast. Go to our sponsors, baseballism.com. Use the code NYYST15 for 15% off your order.
Can you believe we're on episode 119? We've been doing this 119 times. 119. That's pretty crazy.
Say 119 again.
119.
So the Yankees are rolling along, and I think it's only fair that we bring up the other team in New York. We'll do a quick 2 minutes on them.
We have to. I'm so excited.
That the Mets got swept by the Miami Marlins today.
The Little League team of Major League Baseball.
We're 10-31 going into this
And from
series.
Saturday through Thursday, scored 0 runs.
The Marlins.
Get that run
And then they
differential.
put up 6 on Jacob deGrom on Friday night.
Is he hurt? He's
He
hurt.
has to be. And it's kind of like, at this point, it's like,
You
what
don't
are
just-
you doing?
You don't
What
just,
are they doing
right.
having him go out there?
Right.
But this is what you think of. This is baseball for you, right? The Marlins, who are going to be historically bad this year, maybe even worse than the Orioles were last year, have scored 6 runs against Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom, probably the 2 best pitchers in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense.
Nope. That's baseball, Susan.
And I thank you.
So is Callaway gone? I gotta say yes. If not, it just proves the joke of management of the New York Mets.
Look, we talked about this when we were going to the game yesterday, okay? That Jim Riggleman is brought to these teams to be a professional interim manager.
Right.
I don't know, Ryan can maybe look it up how many times exactly he was a bench coach or on a staff and was there, and then the manager got fired and he took over.
And can we just say,
Jim Riggleman,
to give ourselves a little credibility behind what we're saying, I don't like when the Mets are bad. I like when the Mets are good. I think it's great for baseball in this area.
Look, I say it all the time. I'm not a Mets hater. I like when the Mets are good because I like to watch baseball. And when the Mets and the Yankees aren't on and the Mets are bad, I don't have no interest in watching the game.
Right.
Yeah, he did it with Cincinnati as well, Riggleman.
Which was recent, right?
Yeah, I believe that might have been that was
last year.
season. Yeah, just to compare the Orioles with the Marlins. What is it? Marlins are 13
Well, let's just say
and 31.
this too. The Orioles are only
Well, let me
2
just get
games
this out
better
real
than
quick.
the Marlins right now this year.
All right. Well, but last year, this time last year, the Orioles were 14 and 31. Or yesterday, it was 14 and 30 compared to 13 and 31 by the Marlins this year. So right around.
So they are
They're on the same pace
to be worse.
Yeah, pace to be worse.
Look, and I know that one of Twitter's favorite things to do is to rip Mike Francesa because apparently he gets a lot of predictions wrong now. But when he said on his show before the weekend that the Mets were going to go down to Miami and get healthy, you had to expect that.
Expect what?
That the Mets would go down there and at the very least win the series.
right.
Come on, dude.
Right. They
had Jacob deGrom pitching.
Look, the worst part of this sweep is that the Mets went down to Miami 20-22. Now, let's just be honest about the Mets right now. Mm-hmm. Are they the team that everyone in, Birdie Van Wagen and everyone talks about them as this championship caliber team? No. But are they talented enough to be competitive? Yes. Absolutely. And when they're 20 and 22,
it's one of the best, if not the best in baseball.
And when they're 20 and 22, going down to Miami, this is the time when you say, look, this is when we make or break.
You're right.
We can come back now from this series and be a game over 500, which we should be. And they go down and lose 3 games.
He really, if there is a time to fire him,
it's right now.
Right now.
I wouldn't have even let his ass back on the plane.
Right on the last out.
Are they going home? They should be going home.
I would have handed him a plane ticket to JetBlue. You know what? Southwest.
They should be going home because the Yankees are going on the road. Usually they play opposite each other.
Yeah, they're coming home, I believe.
Maybe they want to give him this homestand.
For what? For what?
See, it doesn't. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure. Look,
you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't.
Home against the Nationals,
and the Tigers are terrible,
and the Nationals are terrible.
Yeah, all right. Give him this homestand because then once you have to go to LA to play the Dodgers,
they're going on a West Coast trip. You give him this homestand.
All
if they can't right it, this is it. If he can't right this ship, then that's it for him.
You gotta,
and I gotta say, I don't like Mickey Callaway as a person, as a manager.
Do you know him personally?
I don't like him. I think he says all the wrong things. I think he's a little creepy. I just don't like what he says.
Like when you say I don't like him personally, but you don't know anything about him personally.
Really, Chris.
As like a person,
how about you don't like him as a baseball head coach?
There's no such thing. There's a manager.
See, Ryan, right. You don't know anything about baseball.
I don't know anything.
I just hate that he's like, well, he hasn't been good, but guess what? He gets to the stadium early and I don't care. He sucks.
Who sucks?
I don't know. He was talking about some guy who just hasn't come up big when he should be. He's like, but he works hard. Okay, but he sucks. Like, let's just look, when Boone says shit, he does it differently. He does it differently.
He is right, though. I agree with him that Callaway
Mickey Callaway has to.
Right, you're not going to throw your players under the bus.
At some point, he has to be like, look, we know in this clubhouse we have all the talent in the world to be a good team. That is something that is okay for him to say. But he also has to say, we have been beyond disappointing to our fans, to management here, and we need to get better quick because this season is starting to fall away from us. That's it. He has to
You would never hear Aaron Boone say something like that.
Aaron Boone also wouldn't be 5 games under 500 after playing the Miami Marlins this deep in the season.
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to hear the comment he said today after his team had just lost 3 to the worst team in baseball.
Do you know
where they got shut out on back-to-back days?
Pathetic.
I sent it, and I'll read it verbatim.
You can't spin anything positive and put that out as your narrative. You just can't.
A quote from Mickey Callaway after the sweep. Mickey. I'm coming in tomorrow to manage the New York Mets, and I'm going to be enthusiastic about it. And I'm going to continue to lead this team to something special. Something special?
Yeah, it's delusion at this point.
And you're going to be you better be enthusiastically up these players' asses. That's what you better be enthusiastic about.
Don't you want to fuel the fire a bit? Giving these players
I am a huge proponent of that. Everything lies on the manager, but there are times when you can say, "Look, Mickey Callaway, this isn't his fault." But you got to look at what this team is producing on the field, and a lot of that comes from what a manager is getting out of his players.
We also don't
and he's
know
not getting the talent that they should be.
What he does behind closed doors, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like he's getting the most.
But he just when Boone is way too positive, that he's shutting that door and he's flipping out. He has that fire in his eye.
The issue is that Brody didn't do anything to improve this team. He just brought in guys that used to be his clients.
I put it all on Brody. But at this point, the manager should be getting way more out of these players.
See, this is this is what the problem is. If you're going to bring in a new GM, you got to let him pick his head coach.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. And you know what? Maybe you don't want to say that Brody sabotaged them because it doesn't. I can't imagine that he would do that to himself. But I don't really. He made moves, but
honestly, dude,
what did he really do to improve the team this year?
Well, he got the best closer in baseball going into this year.
Yeah, and they also took on 89-year-old Robinson Cano, who they'll have to pay until he's 112.
I barely watched the Mets. I caught a couple of Syndergaard starts. But look at their losses. Except for a couple of them, they're losing games by 1, 2, 3 runs. I mean, you can't just say this is on Brody Van Wagenen. That has to do with some...
I think you're looking at the wrong year, pal.
I was looking at the right year.
I don't think I'm looking at the wrong year, pal.
Sorry.
Lost 2-3.
Oh, postponed.
2-3. 3-1. 4-3.
I know everything about everything, okay?
Bad teams do tend to lose close games. That's just what ends up happening in such a long season. But
about...
when you're losing 2-3 run games when you have Edwin Diaz in your bullpen, there's something going on.
Look, we're coming up on that marker of Memorial Day where I said that is when you can truly evaluate your team. As Yankee fans, we can't even do that because the entire team's been hurt and we don't know when these guys are coming back.
Well,
but as Met fans, you can evaluate your team. And I'm all about going into the season with a positive outlook. You have to. You have to, no matter what you're putting on the field. But now you have to be realistic. Realistic. Please. They suck. They shouldn't suck, but they do.
No, they should suck.
And that's a problem. No, they really shouldn't.
You look at, outside of Pete Alonso, what really gets you excited?
Look at their pitching. We're just talking about the Rays, right? Yeah. Their pitching should be much better than this.
They have Jacob deGrom.
Who do they have behind the plate now?
Noah Syndergaard.
Wilson Ramos.
Yeah, Wilson Ramos.
Wilson Ramos, who is a better hitter than he is a catcher, and he's not really hitting that much.
Look, you know what my biggest issue with the Mets would be?
Conforto, but he's hurt.
That are they still throwing Jason Vargas out there?
He's on the injured list.
Okay, but if he wasn't, they have been all year. They've been throwing him out there. That would be my biggest issue. That my GM is sitting there going, "We're going to do big things this year."
Yeah, man.
Oh, and Jason Vargas is going to still pitch every
Gio
fifth
Gonzalez.
day.
Why didn't you go out and try getting Gio Gonzalez?
That was a bad move.
They're a joke. They're a joke.
They had 2 opportunities.
Craig Kimbrell's out there.
They're a joke.
That's different because they have a closer. Dallas Keuchel is out there, which right now there's no point in anyone getting him until after the 15th. of June.
Dallas Keuchel's a waste. It's a waste.
I wouldn't want him. At this point, you're really going to
No one's going to sign him until after the draft, and it's going to take at least 4 to 6 weeks to get him ready to pitch. So now you're already in the middle of June. Or July, I should say.
I think
I'll give you a 1-year deal, $10 million maybe.
I'd rather go get Madison Bumgarner. To be honest with you,
I would.
You're not,
too.
you said you're not
going
to give up the pieces for Bumgarner.
I didn't say I would give up Miguel Andujar,
but that's who they're going to want.
Yes, not right. No, I don't.
Let's
think
be realistic
for him now. I could see Tyro Estrada being a.
I would trade Tyro. I like Tyro Estrada, but I would trade him for Madison Bumgarner.
I could see Estrada being a part of a trade for Bumgarner. I like Estrada.
It's all going to depend on what they think Severino is going to be capable of this year, if anything.
But Bumgarner does have the Yankees as well as every team that's going to be contending this year on his no-trade clause.
And it's not because he doesn't want to go there.
I was going to say. It's because he wants to pick where he gets to go so he could maybe further a contract and play where he wants to.
Okay, so while we had the Marlins on topic here and bringing up how we can evaluate the Yankees when guys aren't coming back. We did get some news on Saturday as we wrap up the show here because, Ryan didn't do his homework. Right? You didn't do your homework.
No, we're not. We talked about it today, actually.
Oh, I'm glad that I was clued in on this.
We meant to clue you in.
Thanks, jerk-offs.
That's really
nice. It's a fair point.
You both got ligma, okay?
Ligma balls.
Like, who am I going to talk about right now?
Definitely, we definitely know Gio Urshela's got ligma.
Trey Ambergy? You want me to do a 5-minute piece on Trey?
No, you don't have to do...
We were thinking hot or not.
Yeah.
Or
we're gonna
injured.
Exactly.
Look, you don't have to do guys in AAA. You can dive deeper into the minor leagues. I think fans would like to hear about a spotlighted player maybe playing in Charleston or playing with the Tampa Tarpons or in Trenton.
Maybe.
I think the lore of our minor league system has gone bye-bye.
I don't think so. I think fans still like to hear about it.
I think that this team is so now so right now and so ready.
Yeah, that's another part.
I think it's still okay to give.
Maybe it could be injury reports since the entire team is
Well,
injured.
if you'd shut the hell up, I'd give you an injury report right now.
Paxton.
Paxton was a Well, I wasn't going to bring him up, but since you did, Paxton was a consideration to start on Sunday, but the Yankees weren't exactly thrilled with his last bullpen. So
he felt discomfort, not necessarily pain.
He's going to throw another one on Tuesday, and if things go well there, he could be taking the ball over the weekend in Kansas City.
That would be nice.
But the two guys that I wanted to talk about, Didi Gregorius, who's still a little bit away, but is clear to play extended spring training games and will begin that on Monday, probably after you listen to this show.
When Judge went down with his injury, did you ever think that there was a possibility we could see Didi Gregorius? I'm talking about the day he got injured. Did you ever think in your mind that Didi Gregorius would be coming back possibly before him?
Yeah, because it did look bad. It did look bad for Aaron Judge.
Ugh.
It looked bad.
I never thought it. I never thought it.
It looked bad.
Didn't Judge play through it almost for a little bit?
No.
Or they showed like...
He got a hit on that at bat, and then they took him out right away.
They showed like a video of him like wincing at bat earlier or something.
Maybe he tweaked it a little. Yeah. I don't know, but that's when
yeah, that is pretty crazy though. I wouldn't have guessed that. As bad as the Judge injury looked, I wouldn't have.
I would think at that point he probably goes through maybe a week extended spring, and then maybe because it is Tommy John, maybe 10 to 14 days rehab. So you're looking mid-June for Didi, conservatively. Mm-hmm. I think that's fair to say. I mean, we're looking at another 3 weeks where now we can maybe pencil Didi Gregorius into this lineup. And just quick speculation, who's the odd man out? I think
it's too far away to think about it yet. Because you could
have
another
seen so
injury
much
pop
change
up.
over just a week with this team.
But, you know, this is a podcast where you need to talk about things. So, I mean, unless you just want to say, oh, that's in the future for everything, and the show could be 18 seconds, we could do that also.
That would actually be pretty easy.
Initially, I thought it would be Urshela, but the more I think about it, I think DJ LeMahieu...
No way would they send down Gio or get rid of Gio Urshela.
No, I didn't say they're going to get rid of.
They would have to. He has no options.
He can't be on the bench.
We were saying who's gonna
Tyrell Estrada goes down to the minor leagues. That's a given.
Who's gonna feel the impact of a lot less playing time?
And not that it's a lot less playing time, but DJ LeMahieu was originally brought here to play 4 times a week. Play a game at second, play a game at third, play a game at first.
He'll assume that role.
He'll assume that role again.
Right.
Until Gio Urshela falls off the face of the earth. If he falls off the face of the earth.
Hopefully never. But if.
So that's the way I look at it.
And that's okay. It's okay. He's still going to get...
LeMahieu's going to play 4 days a week.
He's still going to get a good amount of playing time.
What if busting his balls busts his bubble, too?
Nah, it could. It could.
And then the other guy who will begin his major league rehab and maybe could be in the lineup by the time his bobblehead day rolls around on Memorial Day, Big G, Giancarlo Stanton, will begin his rehab in Tampa with
he strikes out too much
with the Tarpons on Monday. I'm ready to get Big G back in the lineup.
Me too, man. I want him back.
Yeah, and then that'll be Frazier.
I want him back.
No, it won't be. In my opinion, I don't think it will be.
No.
I know he's in that 6 for 40 slump.
Yeah, but I'm saying, all right, now what if he continues this skid?
I think you still...
or we can't... Can we look into the future? Or is that...
You're the one that didn't want to.
Right, okay, I forgot. Okay, keep going.
To me, you DFA Cameron Maben. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You have to.
That sucks,
right, that's
but
fair.
yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Or unless...
It sucks, but yeah.
But wouldn't you rather want Maben on your bench and Frazier to develop?
No, I want Frazier playing every day.
Okay.
I want Frazier playing every day in the major leagues right now. I want him to be my right fielder.
Okay.
I want G in left, and I want Hicks in center. That's what I want right now.
What's going on? Isn't
Betances...
Kendrys Morales.
Isn't Betances coming around right now,
I haven't really heard many.
Yeah, he
was throwing today.
He's throwing.
I don't want him to come back and his first pitch is like 94 miles per hour or something. Like, he better come back.
Betances?
Yeah, Betances. Like, please don't lose your
Well, if guys like Britton and you know, Chapman keep throwing the way they're throwing,
we were talking about
and
it, though.
Canely, you don't need to rush Betances back as much as I am anxious for him to get back into this bullpen.
How much scarier does this team get
Oh
with just Dellin Betances
it's just
being
sickening.
added?
It's sickening.
I think he adds just it's a crate, like something you've never seen before.
You want to know how it's going to get scary? Is because Tommy Canely is ridiculously good again
exactly.
this year.
Yeah, and that's what you said when I said that. You said,
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear,
Canely,
and I'm
bro.
glad that nobody really took a shit on Tommy Canely
No,
yesterday.
because you can't.
He did give up that tying
he
home
worked
run.
out of it, right?
Yeah, he didn't give it, but that was the first run he allowed in a month.
Bro, his ERA was
Wasn't even giving up
1.06.
hits.
It went up to like a 1.4. That's how good he's been. It's been more than just a small sample
And
size.
also the night before, he had a great outing.
He's just been so good that
change.
I think Tommy Canely, at the end of the day, as good as Gio Urshela has been, as good as DJ LeMayeu's been, I think Tommy Canely has made the biggest difference in this team throughout the first however many games they're at now. 42, 44? What are
He's
they?
not the biggest surprise, though,
Not the biggest surprise.
because you knew he had it in him.
Yes.
You
but
didn't know
he's
Gio
made the
Urshela
biggest
had-
impact, I think.
Yeah, no,
You didn't know Urshela
With
had-
not having Betances,
That's
with
crazy.
with Britton being shaky for a lot of the first, handful
Week.
of games of the season,
He's been fine, really. Since
Canely has
Britton's
been a
been
huge impact.
Britton's been fine since he got out of Houston. It was just that was a low point. For
Britton's
the
been
Yankees.
really good.
That was the low point for the Yankees in Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'll take it.
definitely.
I'll take it.
Now when they come back, when the Houston comes back around here in June, the Yankees got to get
Show
him.
him who's boss.
They got to put their foot down.
Yeah.
They gotta give him a little case of ligma.
No, you don't give. You don't give them ligma. Somebody has ligma.
Real quick, I just gotta ask you if you noticed this. I was walking up out of our section when this happened, but Gio Urshela got up late in the game yesterday. Did you notice? What's the PA announcer's name?
Paul Oldman.
Paul Oldman.
Olden, not Oldman.
Whatever. He's an old man.
I don't think he's that old.
Hello, Yankee fans.
Yankee fans, welcome to Yankee Stadium.
I wanted to hang myself
Did you
every
kn-
time they did the radio spot for Game of Thrones night, and he's like, "Get ready for the Battle of Westeros."
Did you notice how he announced Gio Urshela?
No, I didn't.
Number 39. Went crazy.
That's cool. He's got to do it for someone.
He's got to get it out of his system. I think that's just what it is.
It is.
No, he's not number 39.
What is he?
Mike
29.
Talkman was number 39.
29. Number 29. And I was like, is Judge up right now?
I don't know. Is Clint Frazier in danger of getting sent down, especially if he continues to slump over this next week?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
If he's slumping,
I don't
dude,
agree with it, but if he doesn't pull out of this and get back to his old form, you have to.
I think a lot of it will come down to also how Cameron Maybin's looking in these next couple weeks.
But you know what gets a guy healthy? 4 days of Orioles pitching in Camden Yards.
Hell yeah.
All right, so bring up the Yankee schedule. We'll do a quick look ahead.
I have
here.
it in my head.
I want Ryan to do his job.
I have it in my head.
Okay. Who's pitching tomorrow for the Yankees? Or on Monday? On Monday.
It's our boy.
Who?
It's Domingo, no?
Is Domingo pitching on Monday? Domingo Mondays?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. Is Jay
Oh, Jay Happ.
Happ and
versus
Kashner.
Kashner?
Oh, that was maybe when Happ gives up 3 home runs in this game, he can remind Boone that they're only playing 1 game today.
Then Domingo in game 2.
Oh,
against-
David Hess. The Yankees are going to murder him.
Yo, Domingo can be 9-1 after this week. 9-1.
Oh my God, what happened today? They announced the Modell's Pitcher of the Month for April, and
April.
May's not over yet. Okay, Herman won. He got a check for $1,000, and he got a watch and a trophy.
Let's give him.
Okay.
So congratulations,
Congrats.
Domingo Herman.
Let's win the Cy Young. How's that? That's a real award.
You are a miserable person.
Yeah, he brings the mood down.
You
Really
do.
not.
You really do. So the can I see the full schedule, please? Like, Jesus Christ.
Jeez, okay. So,
all right, so we got 4 against the O's. We'll be back Thursday. We'll do a midweek pod this week because the Yanks will play a afternoon game against the O's.
12:35 start.
Yeah,
got to get the kids back home for school.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say
literally stupid. No, the only thing that's stupid about that is what you said.
All right, come on. Let's try and wrap the show up here right now.
Oh, it's 8:55.
5 minutes until Game of Thrones.
It's an 8-minute ride, and Ryan's got 5 minutes here. So, what do you take minimum from the Yankees against the Orioles this week?
I gotta say, man,
split.
No.
I can't.
I want 4.
I need 3.
I want 4.
I gotta take.
I think they're gonna take 4. If I think they're that they can definitely take 4, I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna put it all on the line. I want 4.
All right,
and I think they're gonna do it.
I don't want a split, but I'll take a split.
I think they're gonna do it.
You can't take a split right now.
No,
I'm sorry.
As long as you then sweep the Royals right after.
No.
All right, so we got Hap followed by Herman. Okay, just looking at the pitching. TBD. TBD's back on Wednesday, and then he's also pitching on Thursday. So
sounds like a.
Why isn't Tanaka slotted in there?
Because he's hurt.
Oh, that's right. We forgot to talk about that.
Because he got a bruisey on his shin.
He got hit with an 111 mile an hour comebacker. He's lucky his leg's not broken.
Is there any fracture? No.
Is there any fracture yet?
No.
He's gonna have 9 MRIs. He's gonna get blown. He's gonna get blown away. The Yankees can't figure out what the hell's wrong with him. He's gonna have a 10th MRI. Oh, his legs literally.
You have a major fracture.
His leg looks like gravel. Okay. The bone in there looks like gravel. Every time he walks, it sounds like nails. It sounds like nails in a garbage disposal. Nobody can figure out what the hell is wrong with him. They'll put him on a friggin' bus to Tampa.
Oh man,
with a bad back. Assholes. All right, so I gotta get 3. This is the Orioles we're talking about here. It's not like they're going to.
I want 4.
I gotta get 3.
I gotta get 3, but I want 4.
If they're sitting here with a split as we record on Thursday night, I'm pissed. I'm sorry, I'm pissed.
I agree.
All right.
Whatever, man.
Ryan's like, I don't give a shit. Shut up. I want to go watch Game of Thrones.
Let the guy watch Game of Thrones.
I'm disappointed because I'm not even gonna freaking like it tonight.
Let the
but
kid.
It's one of my favorite shows ever, and it's ending tonight.
Let him watch Game of Thrones, bro. He's gonna cry.
Okay, we'll let Ryan go on this. Thank you for listening to episode 119 of the NYYST podcast. Follow us on Twitter at NYY Sports Talk. Follow our sponsors at Baseballism. Follow Ryan on Twitter at StatGuyRye_NYYST.
Great username.
I'm giving him a plug because he really needs it.
He does need it.
All right.
Honestly, I hate Twitter. Go Yanks. Oh, sorry.
I feel bad for women that you're with because you seem to jump the gun a lot.
Wow.
Dude,
it's all this compilation. It's all this compilation videos he puts together.
Stat Guy Ryan.
Go Yanks.
Chris. Say goodbye.
Peace.